A Second Life by D. R. Kunigan, 6083. Summary. He wakes up with no memory. He knows things, but he doesn't know why. Who is he, and how did he get here? Chapter 1. It was cold. He liked the cold. It was nice, comforting. It reminded him of someone. Who was it again? He didn't know. It didn't really matter. He liked it here, in the cold. Had he thought that already? He probably had. Sleep. Sleep was nice. That's what he'd been doing, right? Sleep? He dreamt of a green world, and a man with a clock in his chest. How did he know what the color green was? Or a clock, for that matter? It was getting warmer. Why did the cold have to go away? He liked it. He liked the snow. He liked frostbite. Why did he like frostbite? Didn't that cause people to lose their hands and feet? And noses. He sighed, shifting to lay on his side. Wait, he could move? He couldn't remember doing that before. What else could he do? Groaning, he opened his eyes. Before him was a floor-to-ceiling window, looking out into the inky blackness of space, peppered with brilliant stars that were millions of light years away. It was mesmerizing. He could look at it forever. His hand reached out, or at least he tried to reach out. His arm moved, but not enough. He could hear something in his peripherals. He ignored it. His limbs didn't work like he wanted them to, but that was okay. He could float. Wobbly, but it worked. He felt things pulling away from his arms and legs. He didn't care. The noise behind him got louder. He made it to the window. He let himself land on the floor, legs sprayed behind him. He pressed his hand to the cool glass, staring out into the void. At least his arms were working now. He felt content. It was better than the cold, than sleeping. A moment later, something touched his arm. He turned to look at it, or rather, who it was. It was a man, with a blue mask over his eyes. A domino? The man had black hair, which framed his angular face. He was wearing a black suit with a blue bird. Eagle? On his chest? The wings extended up to his shoulders before going down the arms to cover 3 middle fingers in blue. The masked man was crouched on the floor next to him. "Hey, buddy, can you understand me?" the man asked gently. He nodded. Do you know who you are?" What a weird question. But no, he didn't, so he shook his head. "Okay. Do you want to go back to bed? You have to be tired, White. You can barely move." "No." He meant it to be louder, but his voice was quiet. So quiet. He squinted in confusion, looking down, his arm coming up to touch his throat. There didn't seem to be anything wrong with it. "Well, you're cold, aren't you? Let's get you a blanket." There was movement off to the side again. Legs of another person. They'd brought the first man a thick and fuzzy blanket. Here. The blanket was soon wrapped around him, heavy yet comforting. He pulled it around him. It was like a little cloak. "Thank you." "You're welcome. I'm Nightwing." He nodded. That made sense. Night for the black outfit, and Wing for the bird on his chest. Would his name be related to what he was wearing? Space cape, maybe. Land cape? "You're in space. We're on the watchtower. The Justice League secret base. Aren't you a lucky bird?" He knew he was in space. That's why he went towards the window. But he wasn't a bird. He was human. Not a bird. "No? What are you, then?" "A human." Yeah, you are." The man fell silent after that. That was fine. That just meant he could look outside uninterrupted. Other people in the room. Behind him somewhere. They were talking, in hushed whispers. The man beside him didn't move. Time passed, and the intensity of light changing at the space station, which he now knew was called the Watchtower, orbited around something. Probably a planet. That's where life existed, right? On planet. If he didn't exist before, how did he know things? He didn't think he was a baby. He was too big. Did he lose his memory? Was that why he didn't have a name? He had one, but he couldn't remember it? Reluctantly, he pulled his eyes away from the window. Am I someone? What do you mean? I don't remember anything, but I know things I shouldn't. I'm not a baby. I'm older than that. He paused, keeping his eyes on the man's face. I was someone, right? I just lost my memories? It's a bit more complicated than that, whispered the man sadly. Will you tell me? Sure, but not right now, okay? You need to eat, and now that you're awake, we need to do a wellness check. Can you stand? He looked down at his legs. He should be able to, theoretically. His limbs hadn't exactly been working like he'd expected them. Can you help me? They don't move right. The man frowned. He stood up, then offered his hand. Sure. We'll need to scan them, see what's wrong with them, Nightwing remarked. He reached out, grabbing the offered hand. His legs protested, but he was standing. They wobbled dangerously. Nightwing wrapped his arms around him, helping him stand. His legs got steadier as they made their way to the bed. Nightwing lifted him back up onto it once they were close enough. He hadn't realized he was so small. He felt like he should be bigger. What's my name? Nightwing winced. You don't have one. Yet. Yet? But doesn't everyone have a name? Nightwing looked really uncomfortable at this point. A throat cleared from the end of the bed. He tilted his head to acknowledge the other. There was a man with a black cowl with 2 pointed ears. He had a bat outlined on his chest. Like Nightwing, his entire outfit was black. The only part that was not was the yellow tool belt around his waist. There was a man with a shiny red helmet on. He had a brown jacket and holstered on his thigh. A third man with black hair, a domino mask on his face. His outfit was red with yellow strap things crisscrossing his chest. There was a bird symbol on his chest. The final person was also a man. His outfit a mix of red, green, and muted yellow. An R was on his chest. He looked down at himself. He was the only one not in a tight outfit, and he was pretty sure he didn't have something on his face or head to cover his eyes. His outfit was light beige compared to their darker ones. How are you feeling? Asked the man with the bat. Okay, I think. I don't know any different. The Batman didn't seem satisfied with his answer. He didn't have any other, though. Let's get those health scans started. B, scolded Nightwing. At least introduce yourself first. I'm Batman. Red Hood. Red Robin. Robin. The pattern of names matching outfits had continued once they got to Robin. That one didn't make any sense. Hi, he stated, giving a little wave. I'm someone. Batman's lips twitched, but Red Hood and Red Robin laughed. Robin remained stoic, wary even. Well, someone, why don't we start? The next couple of hours, were filled with all sorts of tests and machines. A green-skinned woman with short red hair had floated in and examined his mind. She found a block of some sort, but it was not something done by Cadmus. He'd done it himself, apparently. It would break with time, probably. They'd fed him after that. Spaghetti with meatballs. To his mortification, he'd spilled a lot. His coordination still not what it should be. He had an answer now. His muscles and nerves had never been used before. The neural pathway hadn't developed yet in his brain. Miss Martian, the Green Lady, and Batman were confident it would only take a few days before those would develop. Until then, he had the coordination of a toddler. The warm food had been nice, though. Everything that had happened during the day made him sleepy. He drifted off, not long after finishing his food. Then he began to dream. "Bored, Danny?" asked Clockwork. He rolled and eyed. Of course he was bored. He'd been bored for the last 3,000 years. If he'd known that he'd become immortal when he walked into that portal, he never would have done it. Surviving long after everyone he knew and loved was long gone. After the war had started, after all the humans were long gone and dead. "Of course I am," he snapped. "How do you stand it? Every day is the same. I'm autonomous. I hate it." I stand it because I not only watch the time stream of your dimension, but the time streams of all the others. Is that why everything went to shit? You stopped watching the time stream of my dimension? No, there wasn't much I could do. I watch, observe, correct course when one person makes a drastic mistake. I am powerless when hundreds, if not thousands, all make the same mistake. "You're the master of time. I don't believe your excuses," Danny raged. "Believe it or not, I merely want to offer you some entertainment, something to soothe your aching and lonely heart." Danny remained silent, intrigued. "Well, are you going to offer it to me?" "Watch the other dimensions with me. Then, pick one you like and visit it. Live amongst humans once more." Ancient, that was tempting. He missed the living. He was the only one left, and he was only half alive. I accept. The dream changed, rippling until it showed Clockwork in front of a screen. "Are you sure this is the one you want to visit?" "Yes, I'm sure. I was a hero back in the day. I want to be around actual heroes. Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Captain Marvel." "What?" "There is a price that must be paid if you wish to live among them. Is that what you truly want?" "Yes, more than anything," he replied. "The world will shift to integrate you, placing you where your powers and abilities will make the most sense." "Okay." "Your memories of the past will be locked away. You can access them, eventually, should you desire." "That's it? That's all I have to pay?" "That's it." "When can I leave?" "Now." At that, Clockwork pushed him into the screen. He fell through it, light flashing all around him. Then everything went black. Danny woke up, panting. Sweat dripped down his face. Danny. That was his name. He looked around once again. He'd traveled here, from a different dimension. So people, they were heroes. Some of the heroes he'd wanted to meet. "Little bird." He turned and looked at the door. Nightwing stood in the threshold. "Did you have a nightmare?" "Yes, I think I did," he answered. So that was chapter 1 of A Second Life. I hope you enjoyed. When I got permission from the author to do this podfic, I was so excited. It's one of my favorite DPXDC fics, and I really hope that sharing it here also spreads the love, because it's really an amazing fic so far. I can't wait to see where it might go. There are links to the original work by the author on AO3 down below, as well as their Tumblr if you want to see some of their other stuff. Come back and check out chapter 2. It'll be up soon. Bye!